Everybody, Gerone Wright here, and you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to see if I can give us some information here that'll help possibly save many lives. And for the life of me, I don't know why throughout our lives we were never taught this, given this information through the educational systems that we came through kindergarten on through up into our 12th grade of graduation or higher education, whatever we got, or just simply from going to our local health experts or to the hospitals. Why this information was never made public to everyone? I mean, why do you have to hear it from a person that's alleged to have a paranormal experience and encounter, which that of course be me. I have a picture here of the human anatomy, and when I actually first started becoming aware of things, I became acutely aware of what was going on in my body, around me, and it just seems like I became paranormally linked to everything. And I could notice elevations in my blood pressure, droppings, I mean everything in my body I started to notice. So basically what I did is I think it was like the first 4 or 5 months into my feeling different, I went out and purchased what is actually, this is a at-home blood pressure testing device, which I encourage that everyone should have. I got this one here at Walmart about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was only like $40, and I mean it's very good to have. It lets you know if your body is running normal or running afoul. And in fact, if you go online, it's actually, there's an encouragement that states that everybody should have one of those in their house, which I've learned on my own, but I didn't learn that in school. I mean, if I would have known that, if my doctor would have said back years ago that you should have your own blood testing device at home, and you can check, I mean, your blood pressure device, and you should be able to check your, I mean, I would have done it. I would have always had it there. I mean, we all care about our health and what's going on with our blood pressure. But anyway, this is what's going to possibly save your life. When I started taking my blood pressure on my own, now, mind you, we all have went to school, had our blood pressures taken. We went to the doctors and had our blood pressures taken. Some of us at the hospitals, but some are just stick our arms in the machines that are in and readily in all of the stores and pharmacies today, and you take your blood. We normally only put either our strongest arm in or our weakest arm in that machine. We only put one arm in that machine to have our blood pressure taken. But what people do not realize is that you could get a false reading. And what I mean by a false reading is that in your right arm, you can get one reading, and then in your left arm, you can get entirely a different reading. And there's an indicator that if these readings vary from 10 points of each other, there could be something severely wrong on one part of your body as opposed to the other. So if you're taking a reading on the good part of your body, let's say the normal reading part of me, let's say it's 120/73 on this side, you would look at that as being in the realms of being normal, because 120 and below is good, and below 80, 120/80 is or below is supposedly a good reading. So if you get that over here, you're okay. But what you don't know, and this is on the right, I mean, this is on your right side, but what you don't know is that on the left side of your body, you could have a reading that is above the normal. You could be getting a reading over here if you took it, because most of us don't take it. You could be running a high blood pressure on this arm, on this side of your body, and not on this side. This is what I'm stating. So imagine you feeling ill. You go to the hospital, you know that something is wrong with your body, and you go there, and just like clockwork, you stick your arm out, unbeknownst to you, you stick an arm out, and they don't ask for both of your arms, they only ask for one. And fate has it that you stick out the arm that you're going to get a good reading on. And when they take your blood pressure, you give them a reading. The reading comes in 116 over 69. And you're good. But fate has it that on this side of your body, had you would have put this arm out, what you went to the hospital for, what you went to the doctor complaining for about these ill feelings that you've been having, would have been detected had they would have took the blood pressure reading in this arm. Because if you would have stuck this arm in, you would have got a reading of, let's just say, you would have got a reading of 190 over 140. Yes, people, it is possible for your body, which is two halves together, it is possible for this side of your body to be malfunctioning while this side of your body is functioning properly. If you don't believe me, and I thought that only I had this information. I was giving this information out privately to a couple people, and I would let them know. I said, listen, challenge yourself. Go take your blood pressure, and I said, do it on one half of your body and then on the other half. I said, I bet you'll get two different readings. And every time I directed a person to do that, they actually did. So just imagine that if you are sick, if you're in a normal scenario, and you do this and your body actually has two different readings, in which I'm challenging you now, go and take your blood pressure on both sides. You will realize that one side is higher than the other. So now imagine that in a scenario where you are sick, and now where this side is teetering the line of being high and being abnormal, but it's not. But this side is over the limit. And this is where these situations of the possibilities of strokes and heart attacks come in, because this side of your body is suffering from high blood pressure, and you're there in the realms of stroking out and causing a shutdown in this side of the body because of that high blood pressure, and you don't know. This can be caused by veins that are obscured or blocked. This could be caused by something in your brain, a part of your brain that's malfunctioning on this side of the body. It could be part of anything. But my problem is, the reason why I'm angry about this is because we weren't told this. We were always taught and always fashioned to go to a doctor and hand them any arm that you want for your blood pressure. And none of them never told us that it could be both arms. And why wouldn't they take the blood pressure in both arms, knowing this information? Are you knowing this now? I'm sure that now that I'm telling you this, you'll say, hey, listen, I want both of my arms checked. Is it true that you can have a different reading in both arms? Imagine your children. You take your children to the pediatrics for a physical. They put an arm out. Your child has something wrong on this side of their body. We put out the good arm that gives the doctor a good reading. Doctor sends you off home fine. Whereas if this arm was put in over here, it would see that your child is running with a high blood pressure. I know it sounds like this is impossible, but you'll never know until you either go and check for yourself or go buy this machine, which is not much. It's under $50. And you can check your own blood pressure at home. And you're encouraged to do this. Now, I didn't think that nobody had this information, believe it or not, except for me. I don't know why I had it. But there's in 2012, there's a website where a doctor stated that you can get a different reading in your arm. But that was only just in 2012. But for the most part, you don't hear people stating to you that you have a different blood pressure reading in both arms. We just assume that what's going on in this side of your body is the other side of the body, but it's not. People, I'm telling you, if you want to know what's going on with you, you want to know what's going on with your loved ones, you have to take charge for yourself. Go get yourself a blood pressure device And so you can check your own blood pressure and monitor yourself at home. So when you're not feeling well, when your children are not feeling well, you know now that you put both arms in that machine. And take this information and wonder to yourself, why has no one never told you? You go through school, you learn about the anatomy of your body. You go to your doctor, you get checked, you get screened, you done been to the hospital. Ask yourself, why in all of those scenarios have no one never ever placed your arm in the cuff and the blood pressure machine on both arms? Both. And if you think about what I'm stating, it makes for perfect sense, because if your veins are fine over here, there's no obscurities over here on this side, you take a blood pressure, everything is fine. But if something is going on abnormal over here on this side, you're not going to pick it up over here. You have to put the cuff on this arm as well too. The veins on this side of the body are different. You could have an obscurity, a blockage here, a vein blocked here, and when you go to put that cuff on and take the blood pressure, you get the reading. But if it's, you'll find that something is wrong. You'll find that it's security because you put the cuff over here as well too. If there's a blocked vein or an artery here, or something going on in your brain on this side of the body, your blood pressure, it does not affect the blood pressure here, for the simple fact that this part of the body is getting its proper blood flow, whereas this part of the body is not. So if you put your cuff on over here, you get a normal reading. People, for the life of me, I can't understand why this information is not being harped on, why this information is not being shared in the way that it should be. Why am I telling you this? You see what I'm saying? Something is wrong here. This is why I'm telling you where experts are failing us. My name is Gerone Wright. You're getting this information through my paranormal experience and encounter. I realized on my own that there was a possibility of something happening on this part of the body that could not be detected on this side of the body through trying to read just one part of it, one half. I realized that I had to check both sides of my body. You can get a reading that is entirely different on this arm than that arm. I challenge you right now, even in your healthiest state, even in your children, if you take and put a cuff on this arm, I guarantee you that the reading that you get on this arm will be different than that. They have it said that if it's 10 points or more, either way, then it's possible that you have a blocked artery or vein or on this side, and it actually could lead to a possible stroke or a heart attack. Yes, that's severe. Whatever you believe is going on, and imagine how many of your loved ones, your mother, your father, you took them for a checkup and they just only stuck one arm in. And come to find out that everything that was wrong with them could have been detected at that visit had they would have placed both arms in that cuff and detected that there was something wrong. Because once you establish that this arm blood pressure is 10 points lower than this one here, or this one is higher, or vice versa than this one, or 10 points away, then this is cause for a medical alarm, and you can go and get this checked out, and whatever it could be called being about to be caused in your body can be avoided. My name is Gerone Wright. I'm going to end that there. I may put some other in writing, but I hope this helps a lot of people out. Thank you.